Hello everyone, it is Tracy Schroyer. I wanted to come on and do a video, and I'm sorry it's a little bit dark in here. I had to stop. I was on the way home from the grocery store tonight and listen to a message from someone. So there's been some things I wanted to work on with my coaching business, at least for the last year, if not longer. And something told me a year ago that it just wasn't the right time. There was some feeling inside that it just wasn't the right time. So I didn't go forward with a lot of things. I've been working on and thinking about things, but the timing was, there was something telling me not to go forward and launch and do certain things related to it. And those were gut feelings that were right. And it was a couple weeks later when I had been thinking about that. It was a couple weeks, not even a month later, that I got my diagnosis with breast cancer. That was January of last year. And one thing that was kind of interesting is I had to go get my flu shot, and I had to get an evaluation. I ended up going to a CVS, and it was for my open enrollment for my healthcare. And when I started to talk to the woman, and the nurse practitioner, and she was asking me questions. She said, "I'm sorry, I have so many questions. I'm just really interested in your story and what you've gone through." And I was like, "Oh, I like to tell people, because women need to, be vigilant and go and get their mammogram and make sure that they're aware of things going on and, what happens. And not a lot of people tell their story, and for you to understand that." And she said, she made a connection which I had not made yet. And granted, this was quite a few weeks back, but she said, "Do you realize that you went through 2020 and almost every holiday you hit something with your breast cancer journey?" And I got to thinking about that, and I thought, man, that is right. So I had my first mammogram at the age of 42. It was the day after Christmas of last year. New Year's Eve was when I had my biopsy and my ultrasound and my biopsy. I found out January 2nd, because they were closed, of course, January 1st, and got the news January 2nd. It was around, I would say, like Martin Luther King time frame or whatnot. I think it was actually that week, probably that Wednesday or Thursday, that I made the decision to go forward with a double mastectomy, because I had to decide whether to a lumpectomy, a single mastectomy, or a double mastectomy, which is the hardest decision you would ever have to make. You may think you would know what you would do, but you don't, especially given some of the circumstances and the results that I did not have back at that time. So made that decision, and then it was February 13th that I had my double mastectomy and started reconstruction right around Valentine's Day. It was from there, I'm trying to think, it was actually end of May that I had my exchange to implants from the expanders that I had, so Memorial Day. I think 4th of July, I may not have had any activity, which is crazy. And then fast forward September, beginning of September, I said Memorial Day, Labor Day, September, I had my full hysterectomy, and I had additional fat grafting for my reconstruction. So that was how I spent Labor Day. And then, so after she had said that, I said, Thanksgiving and Christmas better behave themselves. Well, Thanksgiving, which is very, very strange, is when my hormone blocker that I've been on for 8 months now, finally the side effects started to kick in. So I had, my back hurt really bad. I had to really rest between doing things. One day my legs just ached really, really bad. And then probably for the last 3 or 4 days, my hands have ached so bad. My mom had given me some kind of cream to help with it, and some different, trying some different homeopathic things as well. But just, I was woken up in the middle of the night because my hands just, it hurt. I can't even describe the ache. So what I have learned is that I need to be aware, be more vigilant of, those side effects, what's happening. I have a lot more trouble sleeping. I take 20 milligrams of 20 milligrams of melatonin and Tylenol PM. I take 2 of those, and every other night I take Aleve PM. those aren't working anymore. I think my body's just gotten used to it, even though I've tried to trick it by going back and forth. So I'm actually going this Friday afternoon to see a nurse that specializes in homeopathic alternatives. So I want to see some of her results, what comes back. I'm willing to try it. I don't think it would hurt at all. And it's not something to say that I have cancer coming back. I know that these things are as a result of the hormone blockers and normal things. I've checked in with a lot of my Cancer Coaster ladies to learn about that. I do keep my doctor, my oncologist, updated so that if anything does seem strange or out of the ordinary, and he will do tests or scans if on a regular basis or when things seem kind of weird. So but I thought that was really, really interesting that they fell just around the holidays and stuff like that. So, but one thing I wanted to come and tell everybody was I was just a little bit overcome with emotion, and I wanted to make sure that I pop on and did a video when things are going really well and then when things are tough, because I want you to see it's not all rainbows and unicorns. And yes, I am handling things very positively, and I've heard a lot of people say how strong I am. But so I was actually leaving the grocery store tonight, and I watched a video of someone that I talked to this morning and to move my business forward with my coaching business. And out of nowhere, I just started bawling. So can't see it because it's so dark, I guess, thankfully, but I had to wipe away my tears before I started to jump on. But I just started crying, and I can tell you, and those that know me, I'm not one to cry. It takes a lot to get me to cry. I'm just not that kind. That's not me, I guess. But the fact that I can move forward with what I want to do with my coaching, and that I'm in a spot where I'm healthy, and, last year I didn't even know what was going to happen, but I just had that gut instinct. So just make sure that you listen to your gut and what you're feeling. And be aware of what your body's trying to tell you. So I hope you're all doing well, and I'm going to get home. It's really, really cold here in Ohio. So I hope you're all doing well and having a great week, and thanks for listening. Bye.